Hello everyone, I'm Steve Staubb. This is Jim Pearson. Both Jim and I work at FirstEnergy, and we've known Jim for, at least 10 years. Jim is going to share with you a story about Jim and Lorene and how he has loved spending time with them.
Thanks, Steve. We've been asked to talk about a story about Jim and some of the things that he's done. I don't want to talk about his number of accomplishments in the business world, but what I would like to talk about is something that he has done for our family and our granddaughter. About 7 years ago, our granddaughter was diagnosed with a very serious disease. It's called Alexander's disease, which could at times end the life of our grandchild. When I found out about this disease, I was at my daughter's house, and it was on a Friday night, and I didn't have my phone with me. But when I went home after we talked with my daughter about this disease, and she said the best place that you can get treated was Children's Hospital Philadelphia, I said, well, I have a friend that may be able to help us. I went home, and believe it or not, on my phone that night, I had a text from Jim Nevels saying, hey Jim, I would like to talk to you about some business matters we've been involved in. I said, Jim, your text could not be more timely. I have a very serious issue to talk to you about my granddaughter. Sure enough, Jim said, well, let's talk tomorrow morning. So he was on his way to a board meeting at Hershey, and he did call, and we talked about the business matters. And I thought to myself, I don't think Jim remembers talking about my granddaughter. But at the end of the call, he goes, Jim, let's talk about what's important. Tell me about your granddaughter. I said, Jim, my granddaughter's been diagnosed with a very serious disease. It's a leukodystrophy called Alexander's disease. And the best place to be treated is Children's Hospital Philadelphia. But you really can't get in there. Jim stopped me at that point and said, Jim, your daughter will get a call tomorrow morning from the doctor, and you will have an appointment. Sure enough, the next morning, the doctor did call my daughter, schedule an appointment for my granddaughter to go there. And at that point, we started to have some hope. My daughter set up a foundation called Lisa's Corner, which was really based on love, hope, and cure. Well, clearly the love was from our family, along with Jim. Hope was finding a doctor or a treatment, which was Children's Hospital Philadelphia, and a cure was ultimately to find a treatment. Well, I'll be happy to tell you today that over these 7 years since Jim got involved, the researchers and the doctors have got together. On September 1st of 2020, the drug was approved to have a clinical trial, and we expect to have a clinical trial for our granddaughter and all the other children affected by Alexander's disease to take place in December. So when I talk about love, hope, and cure, Jim is the foundation of love, hope, and cure. He's the love, he's the hope, and he's a person that has led to a cure to Alexander's disease. So I can't say enough about him, and I love him and Lorene for everything they've done.
In terms of the words that describe Jim and Lorene, the best word that I can think of is generous.
The way I describe Jim, it has to be caring. So, if I had to say anything about Jim and Lorene, I would say, I just wish you the best. I would wish you the happiness, the generosity, the giving that you have provided to everybody else, that you receive that through your remaining years.
Same for me, Jim and Lorene. You guys put smiles on everybody's faces. We love you dearly. Thank you for everything.